Hey guys, so today this video is not going to be like any other video I've done before. This is probably going to be one of the coolest experiences I've ever done in my life. So in this video, I got an exclusive tour of the scoreboard and game day operations for the Cleveland Browns and First Energy Stadium. This was without a doubt one of the craziest experiences of my life. Like seriously, this is one of my lifelong dreams, is to become a member of any kind of pro organization, and for it to be the Cleveland Browns is a very special day for me. So this is basically just going to be an inside look of what I did that day and what we looked at and some of the people we ended up talking to. So it's not going to be like anything I've done, like a hype video or even like a vlog, because I'm doing voiceover and I've never really done a voiceover vid before, but I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right into the video. So here's us just walking outside the stadium, getting ready to get inside and have this amazing experience given to us. Here is another shot of the door outside, and the first thing we got to see was the TCP Club. It was this giant club area where people would get free food and free drinks with a certain ticket. They had a own private bar, and it was right outside the Browns locker room, so they got a perfect view of the players leaving and going onto the field. Here's some jerseys and some pictures what was inside the club, and here's the actual locker room. Now obviously we couldn't get inside the locker room, however, still pretty cool shot here. And then as we were turning around, we ended up seeing this beautiful thing. Oh, there's a leg lamp. What? Yeah, not sure how we didn't see that while we were actually inside the club, but still pretty cool to notice it. Anyway, we ended up walking away, and we ended up passing these giant bulldogs, which are used for the pregame player introductions, where the players rush onto the field. And we got a few photos of this, you know, pretty normal, casual photo around them. And then this stupid one of me trying to act all tough. Like, why? Literally, why? Anyway, we're just going to ignore that. Past some more pregame stuff, we saw the Cleveland Browns fences that they use for pregame introductions as well. Where it's kind of, they said it's called the Gauntlet, which I thought was a pretty cool name for it. But yeah, once again, and you can also notice the American flag behind it. And here we go. We then ended up going on to the actual field. Obviously, it was covered to avoid anyone from driving on it, but it was still a very cool and unique experience. Here's a photo of me and AJ, you know, just living our best lives. And we ended up walking inside, saw some replay stuff as well, including the replay booth. And then we ended up going into this conference/office. It was someone's office, but they also used it as a conference room. And we're also going inside a studio recording booth that cost $20,000. And when we were inside and the door was shut, it literally was dead quiet. Like it was so hard to describe, but it made you feel like you were listening in your own head. Anyway, we ended up also passing another replay booth. This is where all the booth review stuff goes down, where they send the footage to New York. Then we ended up going inside Rich's office, and he had a bunch of memorabilia, from the '86 Browns signing in whole football to an actual game-worn helmet by Cleveland Brown, an official locker room chair. Then he ended up showing us all his projects that he worked on for pregame and during the game, and all the animations you would see at a typical Browns home game. And he also showed us some future projects, like a caged raven he was working on. Yeah, AJ didn't like that much, considering he was a Ravens fan, but hey, that's what it does. Anyway, we also saw a lot of his other stuff, like Myles Garrett and the Grim Reaper, this old Baker Mayfield Top Gun parody thing, which I thought was pretty cool, and then a Denzel Ward no-fly zone. And if you look at the person throwing the football with the X, that's actually Kyler Murray, he told us. And then the Donovan Peoples-Jones court, because his name's Peoples-Jones, the Peoples court. Haha, very funny. And then we ended up getting see a lot of green screen footage from those recordings. So here's Peoples-Jones in the court chair, sitting down hitting the gavel, David Njoku's chief spike, and then Deshaun Watson. Yeah, AJ was not a fan of that, as proven here. So anyway, after that, we ended up going into the control room. This is where it all goes down for a Browns game day. This is where it happens. Everything you see on the scoreboard and all the little scoreboards surrounding the bowl, this is where it all happens. And not only that, just replays and highlight tapes and everything. Thought it was really cool to see it. And this is Daniel right here, who showed us a lot of the highlights that were taken and all the different angles they have to take during the game. And what he's showing us right here is all the different footage from the Buccaneers-Browns game that was about a week ago. And he ended up showing us the game-tying touchdown grab by David Njoku, and just showing us all the different camera angles for different shots of that game. Here's the Brissett angle of it that he showed us, and then an actual end zone angle of Njoku making that incredible catch. I was at that game. I still couldn't believe he caught it, but that's besides the point. Still pretty cool to see. And then we ended up going into the server room and just take a listen.
Wow.
And so we got a bunch of switches here, so if I turn all of these on, this is brand new.
Sounds like my PS4.
Yeah, it was incredibly loud in there, and I kid you not, my PS4 sounds like the exact same thing. It's from 2014. It's so freaking old. Anyway, here's a shot of the stadium again, what these guys get to work with every single freaking day. I mean, that's just an unbelievable view of the stadium. Probably a perfect view. And he ended up letting us actually control the scoreboard. Childhood dream achieved right there. Big time bucket list item for me. AJ's doing it right now. Here's a quick little video of me doing it. And even though it doesn't look like it on my face, I was so freaking happy. Like, I mean, it was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe that I was actually doing this. I mean, God just put so many great things in front of me. Like, he gives me so many blessings. Like, you would have asked me 10 years ago that I'd be doing this, I would have thought you'd been crazy. So anyway, it was a very cool experience. Got to see this $500,000 switchboard. Yeah, $500K. And we also got the scripts used for games on what to switch to for certain parts of the game, like timeouts, halftime. And this script was pretty cool because it was also a game that I went to. This was the Browns-Bengals Halloween game, which I thought was pretty cool to see, you know, what they have to actually do. And finally, we ended up meeting this guy, Sean, who actually works on a lot of the pregame hype videos and fourth down clips, and I just thought it was really cool because this is kind of what I want to do. He ended up also showing us some Columbus Crew stuff because the Browns and the Crew are owned by the same owner, and Jimmy Haslam, so most of their guys do work on Columbus Crew stuff. And this part was also kind of funny. I actually showed him my YouTube channel, and I showed him my Cleveland Guardians playoff hype. If you haven't seen that video, there's going to be a card in the top right corner there if you want to go check it out. Shameless plug. Anyway, walking now into the press box. This is where all the media members go to watch the game, and it, again, amazing view. I mean, just seriously, every single part of the stadium is just an amazing view in these glass boxes, press boxes, whatever you want to call them. Got some nice murals on the wall as well from old champions, and my personal favorite part besides the scoreboard, we got to go into the radio booth. This is my lifelong goal, is to become a broadcaster for the Cleveland Browns, or anyone really, but this is where Browns broadcaster, radio broadcaster Jim Donovan does all his game day stuff. I thought it was just really cool to be in the same room that he is in every Sunday here at First Energy. And we ended up going into the national TV broadcast room as our final stop on this amazing experience. This is where Sunday night, Monday night, any primetime game, all their crew and broadcasters would end up going in. And I just thought it was really freaking cool to be in the same room again as such legendary voices like Joe Buck. But, you know, Joe Buck is legendary, let's be for real. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is not normally what I do, but this was just such a cool experience for me and AJ to be able to do this whole thing. Like, I mean, it was just pretty cool to see what goes into a Browns home game. Huge shout out to Rich Hanchette and the Cleveland Browns and everyone else we met on that tour. It was just amazing to see what you guys do and what you guys are continuing to do with every Browns home game. And it was a pleasure meeting every single one of y'all. With all that being said, I am going to start posting more videos. I got a few things brewing. The Buckeyes are probably going to make the playoffs. I'm recording this on Saturday, December 3rd before Selection Sunday. So if the Buckeyes make the playoffs, I'll definitely be working on a Buckeyes hype video for the college football playoff. I'm planning on going to Kalahari, so I'll probably make something with that. I got a few more things brewing, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope to see you next time. Peace.